Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I haven't done a video like this ever, and I get so many questions on what eyeshadow palettes are my favorite, what I'd recommend mainly for Asian warm skin tones, darker skin tones, basically which eyeshadows are super pigmented and are gonna show up on a nice warm skin tone with ease. Honestly, I have so many eyeshadow palettes, I really had to kind of like narrow it down. I'm gonna have to split this video up into two. So this one is gonna be more of your high-end eyeshadow palettes that you're gonna splash your cash on a little bit more. And then I'm also gonna do a drugstore version, because if I added drugstore into this video also, it would be so long. There are actually loads of drugstore eyeshadow palettes that I absolutely love. So I thought, let me get this one done and out the way first, and then we'll get onto drugstore another time. Before I get into the video, I'm just gonna quickly mention that I am going to list, of course, all of the eyeshadow palettes mentioned in this video down below in the description box, along with links to a video where I have used them, so you can actually see them being put to good use with a look and tutorial to give you a better idea of how I use them and what kind of looks you can create with them, and that might help you get a better idea of what palettes to spend your moolah on. Okay, right, I'm gonna start off with one of my absolute ultimate favorite eyeshadow palettes ever since I got it. I literally haven't stopped using it. I still use it, and it's been out for a long time. It is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I mean, look at what a hot mess this is. Let's just take a look inside. When this palette first came out and I first got it, I thought, oh, this is quite, you know, adventurous. You know, you got these pinky tones in there. Who's really gonna use those? But I think they are so handy and useful to have, and they can really amp up a look. This is actually such a versatile eyeshadow palette. You've got your really nice simple warm tones in it, deep tones, a few nice champagne-y colors. This is fantastic for anyone that does bridal work. The quality of these eyeshadows are amazing as well. I have to say they are a bit powdery, but I feel like that is most Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadows. They're just powdery, but they are so pigmented and they blend so well. And I've taken this with me on holiday. Like every single time I've been on holiday, I'm like, I can't go without this. I definitely recommend getting your hands on that palette if you haven't already. And I know that they have the new soft glam palette, which I also really love. Yeah, I can't pick out of the two. Oh, okay, who is team soft glam and who's team modern renaissance? This soft glam eyeshadow palette has a black in it. You always need that. I mean, if I was traveling somewhere and I kind of knew that I was gonna do neutral makeup looks, I wasn't gonna basically experiment with a ton of color, this is literally all I would need to take with me. These two and I would be good to go, because you've got your black in your soft glam, you've got your nice neutral tones, got pinkies, mauve colors, burgundy. I'd have to say that these two are in category number one. The rest of them aren't going to be in order of my favorite. The rest of them are just all eyeshadow palettes that I love, but those two probably really high up there. I'm going to follow that by another classic eyeshadow palette and brand, and it's the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Edition eyeshadow palette. I absolutely love this. I've used this so many times. Again, it's such a nice versatile eyeshadow palette. The only thing with this palette is, although these kind of textured eyeshadows are beautiful, I don't think they're very user-friendly, and I don't know how much people actually use them. Really easy to work with, very blendable, not too powdery whatsoever. It's a great palette. Also the Huda Beauty Desert Dust palette, I'm going to put them both kind of in the same category again because it's Huda. The formulations of her eyeshadows are fantastic. I feel like this palette is for someone that is a bit more either A, advanced with their eyeshadow, or B, someone that likes to experiment a little bit more. If you want to experiment and start dipping and diving into color, then this would be a good place to kind of start and get yourself kind of warmed up with it. These eyeshadows are gorgeous. Really nice mix of colors in those. Okay, no more doubling up of eyeshadow palettes now. Next, I just want to show you guys the Tartelette In Bloom eyeshadow palette. This is what it looks like on the front. I love this eyeshadow palette because the shades are just so easy to work with. So I love kind of burgundy tones. Burgundy eyeshadows are so complimentary to a warmer skin tone. My favorite shades in this palette are like these two right here, but most of the time what I do is if I do like a simple look, so literally no eyeshadow on the top, just a normal black wing liner, and I want something going on the bottom, I literally take this eyeshadow right here. It's called Rebel. How appropriate. That is me, I'm a rebel. I take Rebel and I literally just smoke it along my lower lash line, and it kind of just amps my look up even more. It gives it a little something something, you know. If you're looking for something that's kind of mainly like warm burgundy, this is definitely a good one to go for. Tarte eyeshadows, I think they are all vegan, cruelty free, and they work beautifully. The next palette I'm going to mention is a fairly new eyeshadow palette. It's literally incredible. It blew me away when I used it. I've not done a tutorial with it on my own channel, but I have on the Beauty Bay one, so I'll actually link it for you. But it is the Dominique Latte palette. This is what it looks like. Dominique, if you didn't know, is actually a YouTuber herself, and she's come out with her own cosmetics line, I believe. I don't think it is just this, or for now it is just this, and there's more coming. This is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. How gorgeous are these shades? I love that it's neutral kind of tones, very kind of like everyday palette and shadows. And then you've got like two beautiful pops of color here, which I feel are very, very wearable colors. It's not anything too out there and too extreme. And then I have to say, these metallic eyeshadows in this palette are some of the best metallic single eyeshadows I have ever used, tried, laid my hands on, put on my eyes. They're literally insane. I'm so gassed talking about it. You need this palette, like legit, you need this palette. I'm not joking. Okay, next is the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. Now, Urban Decay, as you know, have got loads of naked palettes, but they came out with the Naked Heat, I believe, last year. Again, beautiful warm tones. I feel like there is a theme running through all of the eyeshadow palettes I have picked. I clearly love my warm tones. I'm a warm skin girl. I feel like we can wear cool toned eyeshadows. It doesn't bang, you know? But you want something that's really complementary, not too much of a contrast. Warm tones are the way to go for warm skin. Yep, and color looks amazing on warm skin. This is literally, if you only ever wear warm tone eyeshadows, this is probably all you need. And what's amazing about this is they actually brought out the Naked Petite Heat, and it's just a really good travel friendly eyeshadow palette, which again have the same quality as the big Naked Heat palette. If someone gave me a choice out of this and this, I'd probably just pick the Petite Heat. I have done tutorials with both of these palettes, so again, I will link those for you. I want to know, which one are you choosing? Okay, and finally, last one, and again, you can tell by the state of this eyeshadow palette how well loved it is, and it's just been a lot of places with me. It is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill collaboration palette. The reason I am not going to include this in my drugstore version is because I believe this is like £42, 40 something pounds anyway. I personally feel like that is not a drugstore price, even though you get so many eyeshadows in this palette and you're probably paying like hardly anything for each shadow. I still feel like I just wouldn't class this as drugstore when it hits £40. So you get literally, look how much you get. Honestly, this is worth the money, I'm not gonna lie. This is everything you need in one place. If I had to pick only one palette to travel with, this would be it. I have everything I need in here. There's a black, there is color that I can experiment with. You've got beautiful warm tones, gold, rose gold, neutral tones. I think it's such a good, well thought out palette. More so, the actual pigments and eyeshadows are so creamy, beautiful. I feel like these shadows are much better than the normal Morphe eyeshadows in the other palettes. I love those too, but these have literally they've got an extra little bit of love in them. The only downside, it's kind of a downside, but it's kind of not, is that it is quite large. I don't know, not that easy to travel with. Like, you can't just pop this in your makeup bag. I don't know, but then at the same time, when you do close it, it's nice and thin and streamlined. I guess if you've got a little suitcase or something, then you can pop that in there. Yes. I hope that has helped you out a little bit. I want to know two things. Out of all of these eyeshadow palettes that I've shown you guys, which one is your absolute fave, like literally ride or die, must have? Yeah, these are all like ride or die eyeshadow palettes for me. Out of all of them, which one do you want to see me create a tutorial with, another tutorial, because I've got tutorials with all of them, because I'd be more than happy to do that. Because if it's something that is your favorite and you've got it and you want to see how else you can use it, then I want to be the girl to help you, you know? But yeah, like I said, these eyeshadow palettes have been picked out not only because of the shades in the palette, but because of how they work, how they go on, how they blend, the color payoff. If there are any also that you would recommend to me, then let me know, because I'm always on the hunt for more makeup, of course, because clearly I haven't got enough. But yeah guys, I hope you found this video helpful. Like I said, there will be a drugstore version of this video to follow. I can't tell you exactly when, but soon comes, so keep your eyes peeled. Obviously, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on any of those videos. And if you did like this video and you want more kind of best of or ride or die kind of videos, give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!